All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Catsanova here again doing another interview, this time with someone all the way in Brazil. And I'm not going to pronounce your name because I know I'm going to say your
Gab Ferreira or Gab Ferreira.
Gab.
I mean, I like the sound of Ferreira. Ferreira.
So is that your real name?
Yes, it is. I wanted to come up with something more creative than my own name, for sure, but I was kind of lazy when I was doing the songs. I was like, oh, fuck it.
And is that name a popular name? Because you're from Brazil and looking up your name, another artist came up. So is that because
Yeah, it's because Gabriela is a very common name, and then I shortened it for Gab, and Ferrer is also a common last name. It's just the combination of the most bland ass names that you can have, which is terrible for career wise.
have you two ever talked about doing a song
No, but that would be super funny.
like Gab and Gab?
It could just be one name.
Yeah,
and it
exactly.
would just be in both of our platforms. And
So what part of Brazil are you from?
I was born in southern Brazil, a state called Santa Catarina, and a city called. And last year, I decided that I wanted to move. It's the city where the independent music is really happening, and it's a very creative city as well.
When you're around out and about in the city, do people
Sometimes, whenever I'm in the spaces where people that would listen to my music are,
Okay.
oh shit, I'm like so bad with English today. I forgot how
You're
to
fine.
say words.
And like I said, with your Valley girl accent.
Oh, damn. I really want to go to LA to, I definitely think I would totally in and out.
I don't know why people love that place so much. I tried it for the first time because I'm from New York. So I just moved to
Oh, yeah.
California 3 years ago. And then I moved there. I
Cool.
tried In and Out, and I was
Like those French fries, they look bomb.
but you live in Brazil. Brazil like has some of like the world's best.
Oh, that's true. No,
Yeah,
that's true.
I want to come to Brazil so, but I'm like, you guys have like a strict visa policy, which is the only reason that makes it kind of hard to like.
For real? I didn't know that it was like hard for Americans to come to Brazil. It's definitely hard for Brazil. It's like my the biggest difficulty that I had today to like visit US. I've always wanted. I just want to like try to do some concerts out there.
So maybe we could help one of. I've been in contact with a lot of artists, like independent artists and stuff that I'm fans of, and like people who live in different countries or different cities, and I've been wanting them to come to play. So a friend of mine suggested to me like, "Hey, you should do like booking." But I don't want to be like just happy to like bring somebody up and then like from Brazil, I'm like go to San Francisco. I'm like, hey, I got this artist in Brazil, and you have a huge following, and you did that on your own. So I don't think it would be an issue for them to.
Yeah, no, it's been really crazy because like with everything that I did, it was always in a very independent way, and now I'm getting to a point like my career that I'm having more help with things, and I'm trying to plan things. But when I first started to release music, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I just kind of wanted to release something that I felt like it was cool and it sounded cool, and I didn't really have like a lot of expectations. I didn't even know if I wanted people to really, and it just kind of spread it out, and it was really cool to see that process in a way that was very organic.
So you grew up in like the age of the internet, which is completely opposite of me. So when it comes to music and like your inspirations or your influences, do you use?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I grew up with TV. First, my dad would love to put those like music video channels, with there's like just music videos all day. Like for me, the 2000s, the American 2000s, I know like everything. I know like everything because So I grew up with like a lot of R&B. I loved like hip hop. Then I started growing up, and I didn't want to listen to the things that my dad listened to anymore because it was lame. And I was a teenager, and I was like, I want to listen to fucking Britney Spears, Dad. Just let me be. And the opposite, where I started going a lot towards like for the sake of like being different, and because I lived in such a small town, a lot of the independent like cool things that were happening in Brazil at that time weren't really getting to where I was at. So like the only music that I knew from Brazil was mainstream music. I hated it. I thought it was lame. And I found a place that I could just listen to music that I liked. But at that time, there weren't a lot of Brazilian content creators at that time. So I had to watch what the Americans were doing to first people to hop on the YouTube game thing.
Yeah.
What I feel like internet has done for me and has done for a lot of people is that it's where you could kind of cancel whatever was going on. It was really cool to have a place where it was easy access, anything.
When did you realize that you knew how to sing and that you wanted to start?
I was always involved in a bunch of small projects that had a lot to do with singing, but they didn't have a lot of music career involved. It was more like singing itself, like choirs or, like cover bands, shit like that. That was what was going on around here. So I did that for a really long time. And then on 2016, I went to The Voice, the Brazilian version of it. I went kind of as a joke, but I sent my video without giving a lot of thought to it. And I was like, oh, fuck it. It's going to be funny. Let me just send a video. So I just did a cover. I think I did a Calvin Harris cover. It was the first song that popped in my head. And because the reality of being a musician was always so far from what I knew, I think I always kind of just accepted that I could never follow a music career because I lived in a shithole.
Yeah.
And after the show, I think not only for me, but for my parents, it opened our mind to start thinking, well, and maybe it's not that crazy to try to put some stuff out. Around the same time, I had contact with a producer. It's a guy from Rio called Bernardo Martins, and he emailed me and he was like, "Oh, I found you on Instagram." So I just sent him a couple of ideas, and we just hit it off since the beginning. And all the songs that I made were kind of my first. They were literally the first songs that I made. I put them all out. I don't know if that was the best idea, but I mean, YOLO, it's out now.
Yes, it's fine. And I'm like, so I didn't know about this voice thing until we actually started to talk on the phone, and I just looked it up. You your following is pretty big, and you made it all the way to the semifinals.
Yeah, that phase of my life for me it's a blur in my head. I don't even remember what was going on because everything was so fast and it really weird because I was just a chick that nobody cared about in a tiny ass city, and I had probably 1,000 followers on Instagram, and then in a course of 3 months I had 40,000.
Crazy how the internet works. It's
yeah, and because also the Voice from Brazil, it's made in the biggest channel that we have in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's an open channel called Globo, so it was a huge production, and it made me understand a lot about music, not only from the show but with the context with the people that were there.
So do you actually play any instruments?
I suck at instruments. I know how to play the guitar. I can play a little bit of keyboards, but it's not my thing. I'm kind of shy to play it in front of people because I think I suck at it, and I think it's already kind of ingrained in my head.
Have you ever performed at venues and stuff in Brazil?
I started performing last year. I didn't do any big venues. I did maybe my biggest show by now was maybe 150, 200 people.
That's pretty good. Trust me, and you have a large following, so it's just once you get to a venue, especially if you come to a venue in the States, you have a huge audience. Huge.
Yeah, I've always really liked performing, and it's something that really doesn't frighten me as much. I really like big crowds because I think they make me less nervous. I think when it's just small groups of people, I just I can look everyone in the eye and it scares the shit out of me. Because it was just like, dude, I did like some bad shows like last year with like really small places that it freaked me out. Like I just wanted to leave in the middle of it, like run out like the place. Like
When you're making music, so like you make music in English and you make music in Portuguese, do you prefer one over the other?
I definitely prefer in English all the way. I think it has a lot to do with being in my comfort zone. I've always listened to a lot of American music. I think Portuguese, it's a very hard language to write because things can sound very corny very easily. It's really difficult to like, I've tried writing in Portuguese, but it's just something that doesn't really come out naturally. Although I think I just started doing it in English really because I didn't want people around me to know what I was writing about.
Mm.
You know, I think there's like a certain type of vulnerability with like songwriting that sometimes like you really don't want your parents to know what you're talking about.
But yeah,
Go
that,
ahead.
that that makes sense. That makes sense. But other than that, though, you have quite a few songs in Portuguese. Like you just put out a song to. I just saw it today that I reposted. I don't.
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna butcher it. How do you pronounce it?
Flat.
Flatus. What does it mean?
It's like flirting.
Oh, flirting. And is YMA? Are you guys like really close? Because you did Summer Love with her, right?
I met her back in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
We met through like Instagram, and I just had put out like a single, which was Alone with Everybody. And she heard it, and by that time, she already had put out like one single as well, which was Vampiro. And she told me, oh, yo, I have like this demo of like the song that I think it would fit perfectly. And right away, I loved it. I loved Summer Lover because it just had this feeling that I was really looking for at the time. And with my own songs, I wasn't really getting to that place.
Mm-hmm.
And she sent me the demo. I wrote my verse like right away. And then she was like, okay, this is like really good. You need to come like tomorrow. And then like the first day we met, we just fell in love with each other. It was just like instantaneously. And it was just a surprise for both of us that that song also kind of blew up and that it had like an impact. When you kind of see like what we're working with and the type of like resources that we have for the song to be like almost I think at like 3 million on
Yeah, it's almost like
YouTube.
3 million. 2,877,000.
That's like insane.
So the project, you only have one project out right now. It's the Lemon Squeeze. With the
Yeah.
quarantine and everything going on, are you working on new material?
So I was going to start releasing new music right when Corona hit and everybody got in quarantine, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't release anything yet because in the last couple of weeks I've been in such like a inspiring like moment for writing. I've been like writing a lot of songs and they're coming out good.
That's good. So of all your songs that you have out right now, is Alone with Everybody, is that your most recent song or is that a older one?
And that's the first single that I put out, and then there was Lemon Squeeze. Then the more recent things that I did were features.
Oh, okay. So Summer Love and then the one you just released today.
Yeah. With have you ever heard ABC Love?
No, what is that?
It's
Oh,
really cool.
is
It's
she a band?
it's the band that we released like the featuring with. It's so cool. I really like his sound. It's just a very soothing, relaxing sound. And then now he's kind of into those vibes of like really 80s, like happy, feel good music. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I really like the album art for this song. It's like a 80s vibe, and it's supposed to be you and
Yeah, me and Nima.
yeah. So
Yeah,
Is he
I
from
like that.
Brazil?
Yeah, he's from Brazil. I don't even know if I could say this, but we have like another song also, just me and him that we recorded. And the other day I was talking to a friend. I was like, no, my new concept of music, it's gonna be the absence of thought. It's gonna be called coloring book music.
Coloring book
It's
music.
just like
I like
it's
it.
like Peppa Pig core. I don't know. It's like dumb. It's just because I think I spent so much time just trying to be really deep because I thought that was like what important music sounded like, you know,
Hmm.
like. And I mean, I really love deep music. I love music that has like an incredible concept and that has really profound lyrics, and that you have to kind of like dissect what you're hearing and really understanding the metaphors. I think that's incredible. But I think lately I've been understanding that it's just not how I write, and that's okay. Like, it's okay that I just write simple things, and it's okay that it doesn't sound like the most fucking philosophical thing. And I think once I just stopped trying to sound deep and kind of stopped like getting into my head about how I wanted to project myself to people, everything just kind of started coming out more naturally, you know?
Yes, that's better. It's better to not try to I guess make music, at least, because I don't make music. I used to make music. I used to rap, but I don't anymore. But
Nice. I want to hear it.
actually, I think I still have a whole bunch of music on YouTube, and I'm sad because I had a whole bunch of how you call it, music videos, and the person who
Yeah.
shot my music videos, he took down his YouTube page, so all my music videos aren't there anymore. I think I have like one or
Fuck.
two. But good news for
Fuck.
me,
You
I
need to
kept it
re-upload
though.
it.
Yes, I have them. And then what I was gonna do is on the 10th anniversary of me first releasing the mixtape, I was gonna put all of them up on there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
do it.
but he
Do
like he
it.
took it down. He didn't even tell me anything. So I was like, oh, bro, I wish I would have known that.
That's a dick move.
I know. I was like, I don't know. I think he was just wanting to like reinvent himself and just like start everything from scratch. So who are the top 3 artists that you're listening to right now?
I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of PC music. I Charlie XX just came out with her album last night. I listened to like a couple of songs and I already kind of love it. I love anything that AJ Cook puts his like finger on it. So I fucking love him so much, and love what he's been making with Charlie. And I think who else? 100 Gex, definitely love 100 Gex, and love Blade D. Also been listening to lots of Blade D.
Oh, with that being said, now I'm curious because all of the people you said, I'm not sure which side you're gonna pick, but this is like a very important question. Usually, I kind of switch it up depending on who I'm talking to. I kind of try to gauge what their music taste is, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you can answer this question before we get into the game. So,
Okay, I'm ready.
Mac DeMarco or Home Shake?
Damn.
Uh huh.
Okay, music wise, I gotta give it to my boy Home Shake,
All right.
because Midnight Snack was my album of 2016. I really love what he does to music, and he's like a big inspiration. Lemon Squeeze has a lot of inspiration of Home Shake, but I really like Mac's persona and what
Mm-hmm.
he. I mean, his music is awesome as well. Like I can't say that, but I really enjoy like his personality and what he brings. I like this lacquer.
Yeah, he's mad chill. Like I actually met him a few times, and he's like one of the most personable people that I've ever come across.
Yeah, because the guys that are working with me right now, they work with booking and they bring a lot of artists to Brazil. They brought Home Shake and they also brought Mac, and he was telling me like, dude, Mac is just so
chill,
cool. He just got here. He like because there was like this thing that everybody said that Mac DeMarco went to. So there's like this really important this place in São Paulo, which is like an eating place. It's really famous. It's called Estadão.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing special to it. It's just like it's like a place that like they sell sandwiches and just kind of like pastel, coxinha, things that are like Brazilian, like fast food sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a place that's been open for like many, many, many years, and it was like this thing like, yo, Mac DeMarco went to like Estadão. He was just there like eating and like hanging out with everybody, and like it was just like insane because like everyone that kind of liked him was around there and kind of chilling.
I didn't even realize how far his reach was. So like I went on vacation, I think it was 2019. Yeah, 2019. I was in Slovakia and I was just like walking around the streets and just like looking around, and then was going to this restaurant, and then I heard a Mac DeMarco song and I was like, what the hell, in Slovakia? And it was just these two guys sitting outside of a cafe like, oh my God, I love this song. And I was like, are you guys listen to Mac DeMarco?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we love Mac DeMarco. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. But it's so crazy to think that even with internet, how things take so long to really hit in Brazil. Because I think I discovered him probably around 2015, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I think was when I first like had contact with his music in the small city. I was the cool kid. I was like the kid that knew like all the
cool,
new
stuff that was going on.
Yeah, like all the good bands, and I'll be like, yo, listen to that. I got to São Paulo and I was like I don't know shit. Like I have just such basic music taste.
All right. So you ready to get into this game?
Yeah.
So it's called What the Heck? And I have 10 cards laid out in front of me, and then you just pick.
Damn. Oh, there's a game.
No, you're not going to pick all 10 though. You just pick 3.
Oh, okay, cool. So no, I like it.
So you give me a number, and then I'll flip it and read it to you, and then you give me the answer.
Okay, cool.
All right. So pick a number between 1 and 10. 7. What's the most embarrassing or worst thing your parents ever caught you doing?
What's the most embarrassing thing? There's an embarrassing thing. It's kind of deep.
Uh-oh.
I mean, not deep, but it's kind of, it's a bad vibe. So I was in school once, and, you know, like WhatsApp, it's really big in Brazil. So, you know, you can easily like forward videos and stuff. And there was this thing at some moment where like people would send a bunch of like porn videos through WhatsApp. I was with like a bunch of my friends during like break, and like someone just sent me the fucking weirdest video ever, like on a group. I was like, what the fuck is this? I looked at it, I was like shocked. And then I showed it to my friends. I was like, yo, like check this out. It was just like something kind of, I don't know, really mind-blowing for my 16-year-old mind. And out of the blue, like a hand just like grabbed my phone.
Oh my God.
Grabbed my phone, and I looked over my shoulder and I see like the school security guy.
Mm-hmm.
And all of my friends had like spread out. They looked at him and they noticed him, and they all like looking at me like, bro, you're fucked. You're fucked. So then the school security guy, he grabbed my phone and he took to the like principal's office, and they called my mom and my dad, and they were like, so we wanted to let you know that your daughter was at the school break today watching pornography with a bunch of her friends on her cell phone. And I had to get home and like explain to my mom and my dad, and it was
my God.
It was not cute.
Did they ask you to see the video?
No, thank God.
Okay.
It would be disappointing, but they told me like just erase it.
So all right, now pick another number.
4.
4. If you could talk to one species of animal, what would it be?
Damn. I think dogs. I would just love to know what's on my dog's mind.
What kind of dog do you have?
She's like a mix. She's like a really weird mix. She is a mix of a lab with a bulldog.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's an interesting mix.
It's like she's so weird because she's like she looks like a lab, but she has a really weird like face structure, and she's kind of like short, so she's like the body of a lab, but it looks like it's been like kind of like shrinked with like the legs. She has like tiny ass like feet and just like a big old body, but she's cute.
You have a picture of her? You have a picture of her on Instagram?
No, I don't. She's kind of like she's an ugly dog, but I love her. I'm gonna post a picture of her on this. But yeah, like I think in the perfect world, everyone for 24 hours could have a conversation with their pet. You know, like what do they see? What he just like watches everything. He sees everything. He sees you naked all the time. He's just there. You know, what if your dog thinks you're a dick? Like, what if your dog just like thinks you're like an asshole? And he knows shit. He can like give you like advice, like, yo, I really don't like what you did there with your friend. I think it was like dumb.
Or
like,
maybe
I think
music advice, like, oh, that song you just wrote, I think you need to rewrite it.
Damn, that would be really freaky. Be like, yo, low key, that song that you put out, lame as fuck. Lame as fuck.
All right. One more.
Like 9?
9. If you could bring one famous person back from the dead, who would you pick?
Ooh, this is that type of question that you always think about. You know, I would love to say Bowie because I think his last album was so incredible. But at the same time, I think like he did what he had to do. You know, like he had like a long life, and I think I would bring back like I don't know, like Peep.
Who?
Like Lil Peep.
Oh, Little Peep. I was
because I think he's like really great, and he represented a lot of things to like a lot of young people, and I think he passed away really young, and he had like a lot to bring to the table.
Yeah, he had a lot to do. And missed out, unfortunately. How he overdosed, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was with.
Well, that is all the questions that I have for you. I didn't even realize the time. We've been talking for so long.
Damn, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So much. I think this was my first ever English interview.
Really?
And I was really excited. Well, yeah.
I'm glad I got to be the first one. And I'm glad you was excited because I had fun.
Yeah, I had fun as well. It was fun.
And I travel a lot. So maybe in the future, I'll make my way to Sao Paulo. Or you'll come to the States and we can meet and take a picture.
Yeah.
You don't have...
Damn, I hope so.
You don't have Lemon Squeeze on vinyl, do you?
No, but I really want to. I don't know when we're gonna release this. Maybe I'll already have like my next songs out and stuff, but I'm hoping that like with all the next releases I'll get like the money to do like a couple of vinyl copies of Lemon Squeeze. It would be really cool for me.
Yeah, that would be dope. And like a bright yellow color or something like that.
This is really something that I think I kind of think it's stupid from like the Spotify era that you don't have to think about like CD and like vinyl like art anymore. I mean, you do. There's a lot of people that still release those, but like I really wanted to like think about it, you know, like think about a CD and think about like a vinyl. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, vinyl is the new thing, especially because at my house I have all of my favorite vinyl. So if I go to someone's show, I try to push through the crowd and get their attention to get an autograph, and then I frame it and put it up on my wall.
Nice.
All right, well, thank you so much for spending this hour with me.
No, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
And right now, when we get off the phone, I'm gonna watch your voice episode.
Oh, cringe.
And check your email. So, we'll do one for one because I'll watch your voice episode, and then in the email I sent you my music video. So now we're even.
Damn, I'm excited. Okay, cool. Cool. You can watch it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This podcast is a proud member of the BFF.FM podcast network. Learn more at podcast.bff.fm.
BFF.FM, best frequencies forever.